Hello, everyone. And for any of you who watched my first attempt at doing a live using StreamYard earlier, you will have seen how lessons can be learned about testing out technology before you decide to use it for the first time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be talking about my business framework. You may have seen me talk about this in previous live broadcasts because it is something that I teach to my students on my 12-week program. But the big difference is that I have now expanded this framework to incorporate a lot of the other work that my students and I do in the process. And certainly if you go back over previous videos that I've done in this group, you will be able to get some insight into some of the information that I'm going to be talking about, because I was actually wrapped over the knuckles a little bit earlier about on my lives giving away too much value, and the person was wondering what was left for my students to learn in my paid programs. So for those of you who don't know me and haven't yet met me, my name is Megan Hudson. I'm a business and marketing coach, and I specialize in working with coaches and consultants to help you find and define your niche and to market your practice organically and with expertise and confidence. Authenticity is also another one of my big marketing rules to live by. So today I'm going to move straight across to the business pyramid without wasting any more time. And you will be able to, if you just give me a few moments after this live finishes, you will be able to download a copy for yourself to use in your business. So I'm now going to share my screen, which is the reason why I'm using StreamYard this time. So let us share, and hopefully you are now able to see the business pyramid. So the original part used to consist just of these levels up top here, where when working with my clients or even sharing with you guys on lives like this, I would say that you want to think about creating packages at different levels within your practice or consultancy, that people can actually see what they are getting for different price points and what they are signing up for. And I think particularly at the moment, with what we have been going through, all the uncertainty and volatility that the coronavirus has unleashed on the world and on our lives, I think that our clients are looking for answers to be almost spelt out for them. I think they are looking to buy into certainty, to buy into results and outcomes. So this led to me kind of working on this business model, a business framework, and expanding it. So I'm going to focus in on it now and start at the bottom. So we all have a variety of what we would call pathways to us. So this might consist of, for example, your website, your LinkedIn profile, profiles on different online directories, your Facebook profile, you might have a Facebook page, all the different ways that people can stumble across us. And if we look at the, so a couple of months ago, I actually did 2 live broadcasts, live trainings on what neuroscience has identified as being the 7 stages of the buyer's journey. And the very, very first stage, before they even stumble across you, is what I have called the brand agnostic. So this is now the client who knows absolutely nothing about you, and from doing some kind of a search or, asking for recommendations for somebody who does the sort of work that you do, this is how they have found a pathway to you. So having found their way to you, they've then moved to what we would call the awareness stage. And they're now getting to know you. And if I move out again, you can see that the bottom ends of the framework are all about the process of building the relationship with our potential clients and helping them get to know us. Now, what's important, your next important piece of work is to be able to clearly describe the benefits, outcomes, and results that your clients achieve as a result of working with you. And once you've done that, so I've given you space to do about 6, but you may want to do anything from 3 to 5. And if there are even more benefits of working with you, well and done, that's fantastic. But don't stress if you get stuck at 3, because that's plenty to work with. Because my next challenge to you is to say, take that benefit and rephrase it in 3 different ways. Because the reason why we want to be able to do this is so that we can talk about the results, the outcomes, the benefits that we deliver when we do our work with our clients. But we don't want to always be saying the same thing, and we don't want to sound like a stuck record where we only know the words to one song, and it doesn't matter what tune they're playing, we just sing the same words over and over again. Now, in my next training next Thursday, I am going to talk about the difference between features and benefits and explain how you differentiate between the two, because very often we sell on features and we don't identify the benefits that those features have. But let me just try and put it into a little bit of a nutshell. A feature would be a fact. So a fact about me is that I am a business and marketing coach. And I've been in the coaching industry for almost 2 decades. Prior to that, another feature about me. Prior to that, I was in brand marketing and advertising. The benefit of all of my experience and expertise is that I can work with coaches and consultants from a perspective of knowing what it's like being really on the inside and on the ground. So I understand all of the challenges that you come up against when you are trying to market your practice, make sales, and get clients. So you understand the difference between features and benefits. But as I say, we'll go into that a little bit more in my live broadcast next week. But now that you've done this work, excuse the tinkling bell. It's not a cat. It's actually my dog, who keeps getting lost when I take them for a walk in the forest. And so at least now I can hear where he is on the forest path, because he's deaf. And if I try and call to him, I'm actually wasting my breath. But I digress. So having now identified what the benefits are of working with you, sorry, he's getting a little bit frisky with one of my other dogs. You can now start to create value content, so educational content for your the people who have come across your path and are getting to know you. So you can start to put out articles, podcasts, videos, all sorts of different forms of content. And in that content, refer to the benefits, outcomes, and results in the different ways that you've defined them. In turn, you can then create what we call lead magnets or freebies that you offer potential clients who are now hopefully starting to see more and more value in having a closer relationship with you. So they can sign up for a lead magnet, which might be an ebook on, for example, I've written a free ebook on 5 tips that you can implement immediately to market your coaching practice that won't cost you a cent. So it's all, about organic marketing. I've got other lead magnets that the one helps you take one piece of content that you create and shows you how to reuse it in different forms to give you 25 days worth of social media content. And why have I done this? Because about 40% of the coaches who sign up for my email funnel to get regular educational email content from me, when they sign up, they tell me that they actually don't know what to put out there in terms of content, and they don't know where to start. So this was just a really kind of easy way of giving them some simple solutions that they can implement without having to, invest in any technology, develop a website, or, do anything extraordinarily intimidating. So when someone signs up for your lead magnet or freebie, they will then be, guided into your email funnels. If you're using something like MailChimp or, one of the other packages, I personally use ConvertKit. And because I know that somebody has signed up to receive emails from me based on the fact that they are really struggling to get inspiration for what content to put out there, I can then put them into my email funnel that gives a whole series of helpful tips on how to create the content to market yourself and where to put it, where it's most appropriate to put it. I've got as I said, I've got the free ebook that people can download, and the email funnel for that is a whole series of emails about different situations and different things that you can do to market your coaching practice organically, again, without having to have a technological background or programming and coding experience or spend money on creating a full website. Now, where the people have now taken that first action of themselves to reach out to you and engage with you by signing up for your email funnels, they've now moved from getting to know you to liking you. They've actually sent you the message to say, I like you and I want to hear more from you. But this is still a very low touch environment. And what I mean by low touch is that it's probably mostly automated, and you're not very directly involved in in giving in in any of the process for what people sign up for. Now, remember, when you create your value content, one of your golden rules is always to make sure that you have a call to action. And one of the easy calls to action is to say, send me a direct message via Facebook or wherever it is that the person has come across you, and let's connect, or send me an email. You can give them your email address. Let's set up a 30-minute Zoom conversation where we can talk about your business challenges and whether or not I can help you. So again, that's just another freebie that you can give away. It's 30 minutes of your time. It's a wonderful low-touch way of enhancing that connection and building that relationship with your potential client. And remember, it's all about building relationships. Now, at the same time, I work with my clients about thinking of logical alternative sources of income. And we've all seen how important it is to have multiple streams of income, with, where for some people, the ground has literally been shifted from underneath them by what's happened with the coronavirus. So the kinds of things that at every stage when you're writing your value content, which may be an article that you post on your blog or that you post on LinkedIn, you might refer to a book that you've read that made a really, really big impression on you. What you could do is create an affiliate account with Amazon and send people the link to your Amazon affiliate account where they can buy this book. Now, it's not going to cost them any extra, but it does mean that you will earn an income, a little bit of a percentage of the sale as an affiliate. Other alternatives are many coaches offer things like 360-degree profiles, team profiles, individual profiles and assessments, things like the Enneagram. And an example that I was sharing just the other day was I did the Gallup's Strengths Finder, and there's the Clifton Strengths, I think it's called, and there's like an intro version where it gives you just your top 5 strengths, and if you want, you can then they have an upsell where you can then pay extra to unlock your 34 strengths that they have identified. So the person who gave me the link to do that profile would have earned a small commission from the sale of that profile to me. So again, that's an alternative source of income for them. But this then brings me to the top level of the your business framework. And this is now the level where you have built enough of a relationship with your clients for them to consider actually using your services in some way or another. So you've now shifted from they've learned to know you, they've taken a liking to you and the way that you've shown up in the different pathways to you. And they're now shifting into they trust you enough to actually want to work with you. So I always say build 3 kind of levels that people can come in at. So your tripwire is your lowest level offering, which would be something like, and I'm going to I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go back to StreamYard and talk directly to you guys now. Joe, lovely to see you. So your first level, your entry level, your tripwire would be an inexpensive and low risk way of them having an experience with the way that you work. And it's very easy, again, for me to use the example of the Clifton Strengths profile that I did. So the coach could then have done at a particular price, offered me the Clifton Strengths Finder, then offered me a debriefing session, and they could have then upsold me. So if you remember the diagram that I showed you, let me share my screen again quickly. They could have then upsold me onto the more expensive version of the Strengths Finder. So I didn't share it. You see, the StreamYard is getting the best of me today. But they could have then, during the conversation, during the debriefing conversation, they could have said, why don't you look at your full profile, because you'll get so much value out of it. And again, that just helps them to supplement their income. So I'm just worried that my name is obscuring my face. Your mid-level product, and again, I'm going to talk in from a coaching perspective and in coaching terms, might be some kind of a 4 or 6 week coaching package that is specifically structured around getting the kind of outcome that you have defined lower down in your framework in the results, benefits, and outcomes section. So your coaching process that you would take your client through would be outlined quite sequentially and quite clearly, that in your first section you would focus on this, second section, third section, fourth, and so on, so that as a result of them working with you at that level, they will focus on that particular challenge or need that they have, and you will help them achieve the outcome that they desire. Now, I know that as coaches, we also say that we want to honor what the client brings, that we should follow the client's agenda. But I do think, again, that that could be an upsell where you can offer, once you've finished working with your client through that process, you could then offer them an unstructured coaching package for a longer period of time, where you do then work with their agenda and what they bring to the coaching session. Then you've got your really high level package. So this might be where you have developed a program, a specific program that has modules to it, and you work with them one-on-one, coaching them on the work that they do in each of these modules. And this is obviously a very high touch, intensive, longer process, longer period of working with your clients. So it's going to be more highly priced than your offers, on the lower tiers of your business framework. But at the end of the day, it's important for you to structure what you can offer, and to also have alternatives. So those lovely little upsells, alternatives that you can offer your clients, so that you can be completely flexible when it comes to their needs. I know a lot of the group programs that are, the online group programs, you can then, they upsell you onto a VIP track where you get one-on-one coaching sessions, or once you finish, you can go into an alumni group, and, it might be a ongoing paid membership, again, with regular coaching sessions on your business if you, or on whatever it was that you signed up for in the program. So again, if we're looking at pure coaching, at the very top of the tier, it might be a 6-month coaching process that takes a group or an individual or even a team in a corporate environment through a specific process to get them to a particular outcome. So I hope that has been useful and just a fun way of re-looking at how you structure your business. And I know my husband, when I first showed it to him, he said, with his consulting business, he's had all these thoughts kind of running around in his head, and it gave him some kind of a really useful structure to be able to put all the different puzzle pieces into the right place. So I'm just going to once more go across, share my screen so that you can have one last look at the business model. Here we go. So starting at the bottom, the pathways to you, that's how people find their way to you. Then defining the benefits, results, or outcomes of working with you. Basing your value content on that and creating lead magnets or freebies that relate to the value content so that you can then identify how to add additional, more personalized value in your email funnels to your clients, and then start moving them across to telling them about the work that you do and the various ways that they can work with you. So again, it's all about progressively building a relationship with someone and successively sharing with them the ways in which you can add value and the ways in which you can work together and to get the outcomes that they want. So join me next week. I am going to be talking about the differences between features and benefits so that you aren't selling your features, but that you are selling your benefits and mapping the benefits of working with you to your potential clients' needs, wants, and requirements. And also just give me 5 minutes and I will drop a link so that you can download your very own copy of the business framework and start populating it for yourself. I hope you've enjoyed it and thank you so much for joining me. It was awesome having you online. Take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.